This is not about 100,000 shillings in your bank account. No. This is a message from government. And the message is that there's a new dawn in this arena. These 100,000 shillings per each winner, per each of the 37 winners, is a pledge I made on my feet while delivering my speech as we finalized the ceremony at the theater across the road. And it's because I had turned to Michael and asked him before I came to give my speech, and I asked, so what are we doing about these good people who have exhibited incredible, absolutely mind-blowing levels of talent? For 2023, we will be unveiling a real serious award that will really tell you what you are worth in the estimation of this government and in the estimation of this ministry. And so as we roll out the program, the process for 2023, we are already putting the mechanism in place for something that will really send that message to you in no uncertain terms. The Chinese say a journey of 1,000 miles starts with that proverbial first step. So this is our first step.
This time, creative economy is the key as far as Kenya Kwanza is concerned. So I want to encourage you and appreciate the winners who have put in so much, and now you can see that your sweat is being recognized. We are starting small, but I want to assure you that after here, I think we will have another meeting with the CS and now see how we can scale it up.
Today, the Kenya Culture Center is availing about 3.7 million as prize money, and we are presenting this to 37 categories that were won in last year's Theatre Awards. Out of the 37 categories, we are awarding 35 individual artists and 5 theatre companies or institutions. It means a lot for us as an institution, for the Kenya Theatre Awards, and even for thespians, because this is the first time. We want to improve the theatre-going culture in Kenya and make this business a worthwhile cause for the artists to engage in.
Kenya has moved from what we've been talking about as the Big Four agenda to a new agenda in town. First time I came to the theater, I told you there's a new sheriff in town. There's a new air in town. There is also a new policy frame in town. That policy frame is called Bottom-Up Economic Transformation Agenda. BETA, B-E-T-A. Bottom-Up Economic Transformation Agenda. We want to transform the economic fortunes of the people of Kenya. And we want to do it from the bottom coming up. And for a long time, the aspirants, those of you who make the National Theatre the forum from which you exhibit your talent, you have actually existed below the bottom. Is it possible to be below the bottom? You have actually existed below the bottom. And we are saying we must start with you as we bring the creative industry to the center of our economic conversation.
Waziri, I want to give you a tap on your back that this is the way to go. And I stand here to say that when we started the narrative of the hustler nation, we meant it. And we said we must, by all means, this time round, make sure that a hustler who actually toiled down there should also be encouraged and helped to grow and make money out of the talent that they have, so that the issue of ignoring talent should be a thing of the past. Honestly, I'm personally very, very happy to be here today. I'm a product of talent myself. That's how I happen to be a member of parliament today. Those who do not know me, I'm a volleyballer. I was the captain of this country for many years, and maybe that is how I was propelled to get where I am, because somehow things worked well for me.
We want to appreciate that we are taking this at a time when the ministry is keen on making money be in the pockets of artists through the Talanta Hela initiative. We want to show the young people the need and value of engaging in creative economy. We want to show them that they can earn from their talent. And I think artists should be excited as well that we have a CS who sees the need to recognize and appreciate and walks the talk. I think this is a true reflection of kusema na kutenda. And our CS has tendered.
When you talk about Talanta Hela, which is a signature flagship initiative for the ministry, but has also been adopted as a legacy program for government. It's now a government legacy program. That is what we are going to be singing for quite some while. And Talanta Hela means just those two Swahili words. You don't need to imagine too much. Talanta, talents. Hela, money. The long and the short of it, Talanta Hela is about putting money in the pockets of you who are talented. There isn't too much about it. It's about monetizing your talents, turning your talents into livelihood. And Talanta Hela is about sending a clear message, even to our parents, that the same way you give emphasis to your child to study law, I'm a lawyer, or to your child to study engineering, we want you to put the same emphasis for your child who wants to be a thespian, for your child who wants to be an actor, for your child who wants to be a musician, for your child who wants to be a dancer. The same way you emphasize. We must be able to tell our children that there's nothing wrong to make a career out of dancing. There's nothing wrong to make a career out of acting. And that you can even multitask. You can even multitask if you are so aligned. You can be a lawyer today in the between 8 and 5 and be in the theater from 6. But there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. I'm also urging you, and I have said this since I set foot in the theater, I'm urging us to be original in our storytelling of the Kenyan, of the African, and the black diaspora narrative. I want to urge you really to stick to that. Let me quote the words of Ray Crowden, the author of The Lightning Thief, who says, "Where is the glory in repeating what others have done? Where is the glory in copy-pasting? Let us be original and let's take pride in originality. Let us take pride in Africanacity, because therein lies our pride." We want to encourage the corporate world, and I'm sending a very clear, strong message to the corporates. Put money in theater. I want to see corporate sponsorship in theater. I want to see corporate sponsorship around the Kenya National Theatre. I want to see corporate sponsorship in the Kenya Theatre Awards. And government promises you, for every shilling you put in theatre, we will give you a tax rebate. We'll give you a tax break for every investment in the theatre. I'm assuring you that government will not just stop there in terms of monetizing talents and bringing the creative industry to the center of our economic conversation, but we'll continue to empower our people in the creative sector. We want to equip you with the tools needed to be able to sustain yourselves. The other day I was having a conversation with the CEO of Kenya Commercial Bank, and we have agreed to establish products that are tailor-made for the creatives. Banking products tailor-made for the creatives in terms of credit lines, in terms of ease of banking. We are also working on something with the banking sector in that respect. We are very happy that we are forging very strong partnerships. This week, my ministry will be signing an MOU with Trace for music to take the Kenyan music content to the Trace platform, and an arrangement that is targeting especially budding musicians, those who are just beginning, those who are struggling to get a break. We're giving you a platform, and we're going to start with 30 rookies. You're going to pick 30 unknowns from across the country to kick off this program with Trace. We are also signing another agreement very soon with the Grammys, the American Grammys, again in that whole field of just opening up the space to expose our talents to a bigger global audience. We signed a co-production agreement with the government of South Africa, which we will be rolling out this year in terms of its implementation. Again, providing partnership between the Kenyan creative scene and the South African creative scene, because we want to create those linkages across the African continent. It is said that what is not seen or heard never happened. What is not seen or heard never happened. So the fantastic work that is going on at the Kenya at the Kenya National Theatre must get out there. It must be seen, it must be heard. And I want to challenge our media. We see so many things. We see so many soaps from Acapulco to wherever, okay? A lot of those things where people are crying and saying all sorts of things. We want to reduce that content, and we want to increase our local content in our media. We want to see more of theatre on Kenyan media. So all of you good people from the media, let us make Kenyan theatre seen and heard to the broadest audience possible, both locally and beyond. And I can promise you, media houses that come up with innovative ways to take Kenyan theatre to a broad audience, we will have some sweeteners for you. That I can assure you. It is a quid pro quo. You scratch our back, we definitely will scratch yours back. I assure you for that.